the sun!
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf? Or do you need something?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of some...
Of course I have. Sorry.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that...
Yunjin? Stage use. Oh, sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make... The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose...
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need to... If I remember correctly, it could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some... Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
Burn it down!
Well, it's a shame I couldn't get C1 Mavuka, but
Light it up!
I guess I'll just get Raiden as far as I can. Since nobody's in my chat, I don't know if Yay Mako is worth going for.
Burn it down! Rise with the sun!
I came to Mount Tianeng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. Oh, this is quite a trip down memory lane for me. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends.
Sounds like somebody in
But
particular.
alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti, and so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character.
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron!
I don't think it was a victory on the kid's part. It was just like a 6-day battle, I do believe.
Light it up! Try and stop me! Rise with the sun!
There should be enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that Symposium.
think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Burn it down! Try and stop me!
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Huh. He didn't seem to...
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask you.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shin. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium, but I think this place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know this guy?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we...
Hip!
What's this? So, now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an Adeptus, and so that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have, according to this text, and she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her. Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera. So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster. His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved. Still, I do wonder what the connection is between Shenhe and Mingjin.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there.
It does feel like they're trying to leave stuff out deliberately just to make it sound
Rise
like
with the
a more
sun!
heroic tale, and more so than a tragic tale.
This is it! So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Subrosium! Let's go back and tell
Like, Shenhe... Like, is like her father.
One year when I was back
writer of
visiting,
this
I
tale?
heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very
Let's
close
just
friend of your
drop,
father's. I could have stopped
this
him from
kid
performing the
inside
summoning
here
ritual.
with
I had plenty of chances, but
just going to start
I couldn't
fighting.
bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I would...
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have... There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate...
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate...
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shinha, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shinha, I'll tell you more about the old time.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shinha, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like just now. In the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details...
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can... So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether...
Don't worry. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just...
Shinha! Yunjin! Cut the We can't let someone else beat it!
Light it up! Burn it down!
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Rise with the sun! sun! Rev the engines! Incinerate!
Something to add to my collection.
Burn it down! Rise with the sun!
Oh,
So,
this is some top quality ore, you guess. Now it's my time to.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research.
Leave the Wonder Course to me. Don't worry.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the...
I'll sort that out.
Oh?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about when we first met, I told you. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ning Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to read. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use you.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
great! Let's go submit them before someone else...
Yeah, well, I have to sign off early again today. I have work. I have to balance